All right, we're back. Back on the stream. Are we surprised with where gold's at? Gold's up, I think we all know. But are we surprised? Are we shocked? I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not too surprised, to say the least. Broke above 3,050. Looks like it's pulling back to 3,050. Are you guys surprised? I'm not surprised. Don't be surprised. Does it go up till Friday? Possibly. Like, it looks like we're coming back to test $3,050 area. It could hold 3,050. It just touched like 3,051 real quick. Maybe like close to 3,050 would be a good entry. Maybe scaling in some entries in case it just rips up. That's why I like to scale in sometimes, because I know I'm like, okay, it might not hit 3,050. It might hit 3,051. But looking for entries possibly tonight as close to 3,050 or lower. For more of a continuation up on gold. Could be an entry like soon, maybe even now. Small entries, because it could pull back. Like scale in if you know kind of that strategy. Not a full entry at this here, in case it comes down, gives a better price. Maybe it drops $1 or $2, a couple dollars. Let's see. Yeah, fuck. Yo, what the fuck is going on? So, L pipe. I'm gonna call you L pip. Yeah, I think continuation still. I got an entry at 2053.04. But I would like to get more. I would like to see if gold continues up tonight. Maybe until tomorrow, Thursday, Friday. You can watch tonight. 23, see? 2350. I keep saying the 2300s still. Gotta get used to saying 3000s. 3000. I just did a withdrawal on a small account. I'll show you guys. I want to keep it realistic. If I show you guys bigger numbers, it might not be at your level. This is actually a good account to show this week, because I started it with $2,400, got it to $8,000. So I'll show you in a minute. I actually think I just got the email 5 minutes ago. I got it 20 minutes ago. Withdrawal has been approved already. Pretty quick. Right before I started this, I'll show you. I'll take some screenshots. I'm not going to log into my email. Still left a little bit in the account. Could come down. Look for a retest. What time was that? Literally just did a withdrawal before this session. Already got approved. Now I'll show you the account. And if you're wondering how I did it, if you've been live with me this week, literally from the setups analysis I went over on the live sessions this week on this account. Yeah, it's pulling back. I'd rather have it pull back. Look for some entries on pullback, small entries. Probably come back. It could even like 3,050 or even lower, 3,045. I never came back to there yet. That would be like if 3,050 doesn't hold or a bigger move. Oh, I use high leverage. I like to see, yeah, it's gonna come down 3,050 from the looks of it. You could probably even like wait for that to trigger a bit lower, 3,049 if it goes in that zone. See if this setup, if this area sticks tonight. It's gonna come down there on the 15-minute from the looks of it too. Maybe form some rejections in that area as well. I'd use, if you get 3,050, I'd use like 50 pips max. 3,045. That would be like $5. One sec, let me drink some water. Oh, got a mustache now. Damn. Shit. Use my hand. Need some protein. So once you have like a maybe a experience, appetite for risk. Like this week, I'll show you the account. I just withdrew it. Damn, I'm using my shirt. Fuck it. So it's for the week. So I usually like to even make accounts and do this fresh. 2,000. You'll see the numbers. Now I did that since Monday. You know, starting Monday. I just withdrew it. Down $16 right now. So left like 400 and something dollars in there and just made like $50 before this session. Looks like it's coming down to area. But yeah, that's almost 6,000 for the week, about there, on $2,483. I'm gonna try to just stay in that lane now next week. Like next week, I'm gonna stay in a similar lane. I'm not gonna go put 10,000 in an account next week, because how I started with this account, that would make no sense. So next, I just withdrew 7,300. I'm gonna take an entry on gold. Got like $500 in there now. See what I can do with the $500 for the week. But next week I'll stay in that same lane of like, okay, probably put 3,000 in the account, 2,000, 2,000. Try to stay in that lane, not go too higher, and try to have a similar week. Gold testing 50. Just touched it. But once you have like the skill set down, you've taken a good amount of trade setups. You've taken a good amount of the same type of setups over and over again. You acquire like maybe a tolerance for risk, appetite for risk. There we go. 20. I was gonna say 2050. Oh my gosh, 3,050 tapped. There you go, pip and dip. if you took it at that price. Yeah, just tap that price on the 5 minute. I mean, don't have to get too excited. 5 minute, if 5 minute closes bullish, that's good. Obviously, 15 minutes still like maybe wicking down. It's good to try to move up. So it's like, okay, I can look at the 5 minute and be like, okay, yeah, the 5 minute has a bullish candle, maybe forming. Does it close bullish? Start some movement, accumulate, consolidate here. Build up on the 15. Does the 15 reject? That would be like a good candle, or the 30, especially like scalping like this. So we're above at 3,050. It's kind of like remember 3,025. You know, there was some price action, like if you look at 3,025 over here, ever since the market was kind of there was some breakout, you know, some action up, came back, went up, came back, went actually underneath it a few dollars, came back and ran up. So 3,050 could kind of be like that level. It could go a bit through it, like still form a bullish setup. I don't think market's ready for a reversal quite yet. Yeah, some people are asking like how I did it this week. If you've watched every session, I went over a lot of analysis this week. Throughout each session, talked about some ideas, some things I was thinking, like what, you know, if this happens, what price could do, different views on how to kind of think forward with price. But even the live sessions like this morning, part of that was from this morning too. This morning we took buys on gold. If anybody was on this morning session, we were buying gold. If I was on, I should have been on yesterday morning. And honestly, if I let some of those trades run longer, it probably would have been double the profit. If I let some of the trades just run longer. Because the first trade I would have took would have been literally Monday morning. With you guys, literally Monday morning was here. That was the first trade I took this week, was Monday morning. Those buys, if anybody was here Monday morning, we live streamed for that. That was literally the first trade I entered this week. If I held that, like significant difference. If you look at gold the last couple of days, it did the same thing 3 days in a row, actually. Monday morning, it dropped around the same time. Like it dropped, you know, 9:30 is like right here. Pretty much did the same thing. Not even pretty much, literally did the same thing 3 days in a row. Dropping into a New York session, buy up. The next day, right here, dropping into New York session, buy up. And then this morning, we were watching it this morning. Oops, it started dropping. We were looking for buys this morning. Bought up. And then it retraced and went up. If you look at the price action now, you know, you ran up, retraced. Go back and watch the session, and I called it out play for play this morning. Crazy accumulation, broke up in a perfect world. Right now market's going down, so let's see what happens. We're below. I know gold, and I know like it's still technically testing 50. Like it could go below it and still close back above if it ends up wicking up. I'm not too worried right now. But yeah, usually like it, so percentage for like that account, that's smaller account. I could do that with any account size. The money just would have been bigger from the start, right? From the first trade. If the account size was bigger, I've done that with 20K accounts, 10K accounts. I've done that with a 20K account, flipped it to 164K in a month. But if I have like if I have like a good, let's say 3 days in a row, like so like it's Monday and Monday, and I'm locked in Sunday and locked in beginning of the week, and you have your week obviously. At a point it's like, okay, if I have a good 3 days in a row, I'm like, okay, that's 3 days of the 5 days of trading. That's a pretty good week if you consider like win rate or numbers. Just okay, 3 days in a row winning. I like to lock in. Like I don't want to get to that point where I go like up and then I give 50% of the profit back to the market, 20% of the profit back, or even a good chunk of the profit back to the market, right? I like to secure. If I have weeks like this, and I usually do, where I flow good up 2 days, 3 days, but it's this time, it's Wednesday night, and the account's doubled or tripled, 200% over that, 100+%, then I'm not gonna get greedy. I've had enough experience on that end. At this point, by Thursday, Friday trading, I like to withdraw, because even if it's to me that's a smaller amount, but if I do that next week and I do that the next week and the next week, that adds up 25,000 almost on the month right there. All right, so if I do the same thing next week, right, that'll be like 11, almost 12,000 profit between the 2 weeks. It only took me really the majority Monday, Tuesday coming into today. But what I don't like, and a situation I've been in a lot of times, is doing this and then Friday comes and it's like, oh man, all I had to do was nothing. All I had to do was not trade, and it would have been a better, would have been just better off not trading, just calling it a day on Wednesday or before Thursday, or locking in a withdrawal at least, and maybe keeping something in the account. Like right now I got $500 in the account and I'm in a $30 drawdown. So I'm pretty much like laughing right now, right? Adding positions. So it's like in a $32 drawdown on a $500 account. Now percentage-wise, that might be like, whoa, nothing. I mean, percentage-wise, that might be like, wait, whoa. That might be like some people's risk trading on that account. But obviously, it's like I look at balance, money, what it is to me. I could maybe flip this account to $700. $800, maybe 1,000, and that adds on to what I already withdrew and what I already have. Even if I make an extra $250, that adds on to the balance. I withdraw the rest of the balance. Stack that big, stack those satoshis. Stack those satoshis as quick as you can. maybe put that in Solana. Might move that to Solana. Probably gonna convert it to Solana. 2BH. I think so. That might be the play. Because when you do money moves like that, when you flip 2,500 to 8,000, now you have 8,000. Now I have 8,000 that I can work with. I have money. I have purchasing power. I could move that. I could put that in Solana, right? I could put that in a meme coin. I'm not gonna put it in a meme coin, but I already got enough on Whiff, Dog with Hat, and some other ones. Bonk, Pepe, this little hedgehog guy. I think I have like a stupid amount of this coin. 500 million or something more. Wait, I forget. Maybe this hedgehog. Someone showed me the. Just 400 million coins. you know, just 400 million coins of this fucking Rizzo the hedgehog. See what that does this year. Maybe hits a penny. Imagine. Just yeah. That's funny. Jeez. I got 400 million of these. If that means anything to anyone. I think I bought like over here. Forget where. We got some bonk, like some meme coin bonk. That's I think everybody knows what bonk is. Whiff though, that's the dog. What's gold doing? I don't know. It hit 50. I even said it could go below 50 and still, a little pippin. That's why I like to scale in and not be so scared. Like I get used to that too. I get used to that because price isn't just a line. Like obviously we can mark it at a line, but it's more like an area. Like you gotta kind of imagine it like sometimes a zone. That's why I like to make these big boxes sometimes, these big zones. I got my arrows, those arrows I like drawing. 15. We'd want the 15 to reject here. See what I was talking? The 5 rejected, but we want to maybe turn to a 15 if he got in. Go up so I can maybe flip this 500. $500 challenge. Maybe I'll do that one day. Like, I'd rather just put 5K in an account and make more money. Like if I put 500 bucks in an account for me, like I'm gonna risk that on the on one trade, right? And risk that on the first trade. So I'd rather just maybe when I have time to do something fun like that, just to me that'd be like a fun little challenge. One time I took 800 bucks to 12,000 in like a week. Like a smaller flip like that. That was pretty cool. That was with crypto though. That wasn't even with Forex. That was with cryptocurrency. I think it was with like Solana and ETH in like March. It was like a March. It was a March. It was here. It was in this. The market was just going up. It was so easy to trade. It was like the easiest time to trade. And Solana too. Opposite. We'll get that. We'll get that one day. Be patient. Gold, like I said, maybe that, like, kind of like what I said before. What was it? I was saying 3,025. 3,050 could kind of be like that. You kind of look at it like that for short term right now for Tokyo session. Could get some bounces there, rejections possibly. Looking like kind of like an alright signal here, especially if this 15-minute can. Kind of like, remember this morning when I was saying if the 15-minute can close above, if this candle can close above 3,050, that would be better. You never know. Like sometimes we get on the charts and it could be we jump right into it, or it just depends on the market too. Showing up same times. Maybe we could even be a scalp. Like tomorrow's. It's been a lot of. If you watched gold every week with me for the last since January, even for the last, so you could say couple months or the last month, even the last month. Last couple of months, January, February, and this March, you've pretty much seen a lot of the same thing. Like it's gone up a lot until like Thursday, Friday usually. Most weeks. That's good. Calm trading night tonight. Calm night. So you gotta be sometimes just keep it calm. I just hit the sauna too. I just went in the sauna for 15 minutes and then the steam room for 10 minutes, so a little relaxed. What lot size? Oh man. Let's check it out. I'm honestly using a bunch of couple of like 005s and 002s. 002s scaling in. Some small. I'm trading small. Cause gold's moving a lot, right? Still trading pretty like small lots, but I'm using a lot of entries. I said if it comes down to 3,050, gonna enter, guys. It's moved $2, so I don't know if any of you guys got in. Anybody get in? Hopefully you guys got in. Don't enter now. It just moved $2. Did anybody get in? Oh shit. Just ripped up a bit, but yeah, like 3,050. It went a bit lower. Might have been able to snag it lower. I didn't catch anything lower than 3,050 to be honest. It went to like 48. That's the thing, like if you scale in some entries, you can sometimes just catch some little entries even lower and get that little bit of a difference, and that might give you an additional like pippage. You get used to it the more you watch gold and see scenarios even like this. Scalpers get in and out too. Like there's like a scalper right now would be like pip and dip, right? It could be a scalp that turns into maybe a little intraday here into the session, like Tokyo going into London, closer next, what time is it, 10? Next hour or so? Depends on how the price action trades, right? Like, okay, so this 15-minute closing above 3,050 right now. Next 15-minute could push up. That's what we'd want. Hopefully you guys got in. Let me know if you got in at like 50 or lower or around 50. I didn't get anything lower than 3,050, but it's pushing up just a little bit. Not a lot right now, but a little bit of reaction there. Bro, you just got a little like fast move down there too. You saw that kind of just, let's look at the 1 minute, like how it wicked down. So let's talk about in a perfect world now. Low, high, break up. Perfect world scenario. Perfect world scenario. Already trying to predict the future here. Again. There's scalpers. You gotta remember how big of a market gold is too. Every session, remember, like there's volume at these hours too for scalpers, especially because like it's still a really big market cap for gold, right? So, you know, that small percentage, 1% movement, 0.5%, 1/4% movement, 2% for 7 days. It's on a very big market cap. It's on a very big market worldwide, internationally, for something that's been around for so long too. Pretty grand market cap there, sitting for assets, ranked, and it gets also traded in foreign exchange, futures, right? Can be traded in foreign exchange, futures, right? Option, like through ETFs. So there's a lot of scalping action on it. A lot of quick movement. A lot of people who scalp it, like get in and out. That's where like the patience comes into trying to hold. Like even holding it sometimes is hard. Where you're in a trade and it goes up, and then the next candle pulls down. It's a very fluid, liquid market. But like if you were to look at Bitcoin and gold, comparable assets in ways, Bitcoin is like a roller coaster of like, liquidations, flashes and stuff. Like gold, like liquidations are stop loss hunts, news events, wicks, it's still more sustained in the structure, what it does, how it moves. I think obviously it's been around much longer. And now Bitcoin experiencing, I dropped a new YouTube video today. I don't know if you guys saw it. It's on the channel. Let's see how much to 11 minutes on this 15. I remember what I said this morning. You can't always dictate a candlestick from the beginning of it, right? 11 minutes is a good amount of time left on a candle. Because the candle could do a lot in the last final 10 seconds of it, 20 seconds, 30 seconds of it, right? You might be 2-3, I was explaining this morning, you might be like 2-3 minutes away, say, from a candlestick closing that's like, oh, it looks bearish, or oh, it looks bullish, and the next thing you know, it just completely goes in some direction. Previous candle looks good. Yeah, check out if you haven't. I dropped a new video today on YouTube. The BlackRock effect. So, when we talk about ETFs, those were introduced a little over a year ago. So if we rewind a little bit of what I just said not too long ago with how gold's a much more still sustained market, been around longer and all that. You don't have all those so much liquidations, high leverage flashes. It's faster. And also now you have like ETFs on board, which makes it so much more mainstream, and it's only the beginning of that, really. When on the gold ETF, so the first one would have been in 2003. I think it would have been in Australia. So in 2003, and then in 2004, gold ETFs were launched and debuted on New York Stock Exchange, known as GLD, right? Just in a few days, you could saw inflows of over $1 billion in the first few days. That was in 2004, so, big inflows for that time, we could per se. When you go back to the gold ETFs, this is what started basically what was known as the gold rush. The gold ETFs came in 2003, 2004, in that time frame. Gold went on what was known as pretty much a long gold rush from then. Recession happened inside of there as well. Before going, up, and ever since, gold is. So gold ETFs debuted here. So that's when they. Some may argue we're still a long time away from maybe where we could be going if you're looking at years. That's why I say like 2030, 2032. Therefore, give it some time to mature, right? Because now we're looking at 2 decades later, where gold is obviously, and where the market cap is. So not a lot of people are still educated and know what Bitcoin is. Most people will, if you tell someone, if someone asks me, what do you do? I say, oh, in the cryptocurrency, this and that, whatever. I say, oh man, I missed out on that thing. Or they might say, like the right time to buy it, something this. A lot of people know what Bitcoin is. Like, okay, Bitcoin, hear of it. I've seen it on the news, maybe. But they don't know like what it is and why. Like, they don't know what it is and why they would buy it. Like what they're buying, why they're buying it. Most people still don't yet. So when I say like time to mature, there's a lot of time to mature into maybe people getting educated. If everybody in the world knew what I knew about it, then like it'd be a different situation. But it'd be a race to get all the Bitcoin, right? Basically, but if you understand the dynamic of it and how it comes out over time, if it gets ever to that point, if it ever gets to a point where everybody in the world wants Bitcoin, then can everyone have it? Like, if everybody wants as much as they can, or if everybody has as big of a belief as I do in it, or understanding towards that belief of it, why, what it is. If every single person in the world adopted that same belief or understanding, or even just a small fraction of it, not even like as maximal as I am, right? I'm very maximal on it, you could say. If everyone in the world even adopted a fraction of a percentage of understanding towards the idea of it and understanding of it, there would be a bigger race to even get it. If the world ever gets to that point where it's like cell phones or internet, it's to a point where it's like I need it, or I need it, it's essential, or I want it, or it's essential. If you're looking at Wall Street right now, if Wall Street, we even just don't even talk about the world, we just talk about millionaires and investors. If Wall Street is adopting it, maybe Wall Street is making it essential for their world, for it to be a part of their portfolio, their world, right? So a different type of adoption. If you took gold, it's up, it's going up. Think about like, okay, you have the world, you have the whole entire world that could get this belief, adoption towards it, understanding. We have Wall Street that looks like they've adopted this belief towards, okay, our investors should participate in this, or our world should look into this or have a piece of this, should participate this, in case there's a potential, maybe because they understand the potential of what it is, right? So go watch today's video. We got the BlackRock effect. I'll add it to the crypto playlist. I think this is the 7th crypto video I've done on YouTube. good today. No training today. Recovery. Sauna. Steam room. Fucking 3 times today. Protein. Creatine. Stretching. Essential. Tomorrow we back at it, son. Yeah, it's pretty boring watching candlesticks, eh? One day I'll probably get to play Call of Duty one day. I'm gonna get Call of Duty hooked up. I got this now, so I got a video capture. Where's the other one? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. And the audio and video. So I got the video and the audio. Yeah. So one day I'll be streaming like some other stuff too. One day. Watching candlesticks in Tokyo session can be at least they don't. It's not as rapid as New York session. New York was kind of bouncy this morning. It's trying to push up. What did it just get to? 52. Pushed up a little bit. 15 minutes. See, it's 152 left. It was really bullish there. Maybe it gives a strong close in the last like 30 seconds. It's usually a lot of times about the like that last because I've had candles just flip on me in the last 10 seconds in my days. What's the 1 minute doing? It looks like we got some accumulation here, starting to go a bit sideways maybe. In here. Break up. Could be a perfect world scenario where this zone still overall holds. Like I was kind of saying, if it breaks up, maybe comes down. That would have to like kind of play out like that. Yeah, see the last minute now in the candlestick, and you can see it's flipping bearish. Does it change in 1 minute? We can see that type of stuff happens a lot. I've been there where I'm like, damn, and then next thing you know, 30 seconds left on the candle and it just pushes up. That happens. You'll see that. It was a good move. It moved. Like that's a good scalping move. Obviously, I'm looking for a bigger move here. The 30-minute. Not the prettiest candlestick on the 30-minute. Maybe it can push up. 30-minute, not rejecting that strong. Like it's green, but it has like this wick at the top, and the body's a bit smaller. It's more like still consolidating potentially here. Showing maybe some build up, unless the last 10 seconds just rips. Oh, pushed up a little bit there on the close. Oh, okay, a little bit better there. I literally pushed up there in the last. A little bit better there. Not as deep. Green candle retracement. This could still go up. It could still go up. 30-minute doesn't look as bad as it was looking there for a second when it was about to close there. I was a little worried there actually. I was like, oh, it's kind of looking not so pretty. Honestly, I'll hold this for 29 minutes. Let's see. I want to see if this 30-minute pushes up. Or this one and the next. We did like sweep lower coming into the session. I think like this low. These lows ran down, so it's taking time to form that structure here from the looks of it. It's going up, down. It's forming some structures. 30-minute could push up. 30-minute closed better than it was looking there at the last 10 seconds. That 30-minute wasn't looking good in the last 10 seconds, and then it kind of popped up on the finish. So, I mean, like, if you're in gold, I'm going to hold for this candle. You could pip and dip it if you want. Like, you know, protect your trade. Watch your trade. I'm going to hold for this candle and see if it gives us another movement up. Scalping could be that. Like, scalping's easy. Finding quick trades to go and profit on gold is like a couple. can always, you know, catching 10 pips, 20 pips, even a little bit more. It's always. You just kind of got to park on the chart at the right times and see if there's something there. Maybe this 30-minute holds. It has a lot of time on it. There's 28 minutes on the 30 minutes, so it could go down, it could go up. It could go down first and then finish bullish. So there's time. There's 27 minutes. Over here trying to make like $100 on my little account or something. I'm looking at the 30-minute candle. Yeah, I would want this 30-minute to push up. There's still time on it. Alright, check out this video. How long is it? 12-minute video. Check it out. Good info. Check out the other crypto videos too. Like, I've done other crypto videos. It seems like the crypto videos get like the least amount of views. I mean, especially at the time I made the videos, it's like, damn, like all the videos, I've only made 7 crypto videos. They're all made at really good times to watch them when they came out. So I think if I ever make a crypto video, just watch it, because I might be trying to say something like, you know, wink, wink, yo. Because every single one of these was like made at a really good timing for what I went over on the video too. And they have the lowest views. I think because that shows you crypto is still maybe smaller, not as many people understand it. But if you go over, if you look at the info at these, there's only 7. Just uploaded one today. It's a good one. Go peep it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Oh, comments are turned off apparently. Never mind. Wow. Study hours. I mean, it's like anything. You have more hours in, you understand it more. Like if you study 100 hours of Bitcoin, you'll understand a lot, right? Like any project too, any coin, if you study more of it, you might understand what and why you're buying it. So why you're buying it, what and why you're buying is like the same thing. Like you buy, why you buy something because of what it is. So no, with Bitcoin, it's like, ah, damn, we got a big pullback in the zone, guys. It's not looking hot. 30-minute. Still 24 minutes left on this candle. If this candle doesn't flip back bullish in 24 minutes, it could be creating a wick down. Then I may just close the trade. So there's still 24 minutes. It's starting bearish. It could finish bullish in a perfect world. We're going to keep saying that now. There's still a lot of time. We did get a rejection on the last candle. It did spike up. Was in a little bit of profit there. Now back under entries, under my entries. I'll see this 30-minute, it has 24 minutes. It's looking bearish right now, but if it flips back up, I'll see. If it doesn't, then might invalidate the setup here. Because we got rejection there on the 15, but now we're pushing back down. Could have scalped it. It's usually, oh man, like this morning. It's a 30-minute candle I'm looking at here at that rejection, so could be sweeping the lows. Big wick formed. We had good entries, but back down now. That was the move. Now we're down. Let's see if if this candle doesn't wick, like the last one went bearish and it wicked up. So if this candle doesn't do that, then I'll end up closing the trade. I won't hold it till stop loss. I won't hold it till down here. I'll just end up closing it. Because this still has 23 minutes on it. Yeah, that 1 hour. 1 hour is not looking good now. We're starting to flip bullish there, but market. That's the market, guys. That's the market. More trades, more time in the market. Remember that. So in this situation, I'm like willing to wait 22 minutes and see if it wicks back up in that 22 minutes. If it doesn't wick back up, 22 minutes, I'll end up probably closing the trade. Dollar had a bearish move. Nice bearish move down on the dollar. An hour in the hour. It's a 5 minute then. Let's see. Maybe this 30-minute can wick back up. Like it might just, maybe. Let's see. It has 21 minutes. It's a lot of time for it to potentially spike back up. Or close back like in this range. Otherwise, like for the night, like that's, like took that trade live. Started to go in profit there. We took a trade this morning. If you still held that trade, if you had that trade still till now, would have been pretty good profit. If this zone, which at the moment not holding, we can revise things, kind of reevaluate maybe other setups for maybe tomorrow or later. Oops, I moved that. You'd have to wait for another signal lower, like closer to London session. Because if the looks like we're maybe breaking 50, trying to go below it. That's my plan. Like if you like that, my plan, just following my plan. It's usually what I do in situations like this. I have a small account right now. I'm not gonna take another re-entry. I'm just if it comes to a losing position, you don't want to enter right away. You want to give the market some breathing room. Reevaluate. We'll reanalyze some other things like a potential setup if this doesn't go back up. Like you'd have to wait, because I would wait, because I don't rush into setups right after I lose them. I'll usually wait a bit longer. Yeah, if it doesn't wick back up, I'll go back on the 30 minutes soon. I have to wait till like back here, maybe even tomorrow morning. Which is 3,040. We broke above that resistance. We can put 3,045 as well. So if this level doesn't hold like short term, the next setup I think comes lower, 3,040, 3,045 area. 18 minutes. I'm gonna see what happens in how this candle is in 18 minutes. That's my plan. But other setups, areas to monitor, like this is the only zone I see right now that makes sense to kind of look for buys. Other than that, it's maybe lower sitting on your hands. If you go 4 hour. There's previous resistance back down here. I'll make it blue. I'm gonna make it a different color than red. Back there you have 4 hour previous resistance area. 3040, a little bit lower, you can see. If you notice, there's a big wick right here. So that's where I see like this. I'm like, okay, if market's gonna continue trending, it's that top of that wick. I'm in at 3050. It's not down too much right now. So 4 hour again. If you look down here, purple, kind of purple, yeah, the purple area that I marked. There's an area down there on the 4 hour that stands out.
Tons of features to help you land the career that you've been dreaming of. I'm a software engineer at Microsoft, and I really struggle to.
Gold's breaking our heart tonight now. And then even here is where we're kind of seeing on the 1 hour. Last hour, what are the dollars pushing up? Yeah, if it even like comes back to your entries, goes a bit in profit or like break even, you could try to close it. I mean, how long have we been in this trade for? Not as long as usually, dude. It's 1 minute doing. Those are called moving averages, red and blue thing. That's one of the most, probably the most common indicator in trading, moving average. Just keeping an eye on gold right now. Even that, let me see where they are on the 4 hour. Probably way lower. There's one like right there. We've been in an uptrend. So when the candles like, so basic, if the candlesticks are above these blue and red lines, they're called moving averages. The market is more like kind of in uptrend. Basically more trending environment. Above the moving average just kind of signifies like you're more bullish with momentum. If you break it down, like where's the 1 hour? 1 hour. If we start down here, look at, if we just put one of them. Let's just put one of them for now. Just put this red one. See, like right here, how the candlesticks get above this moving average red line, and they start even consolidating, going up. There's this wick down. Look at that. Touches it, acts like pretty much like a moving support along the way up. Since then, the market's just stayed above that moving average. So like when you're above this trending indicator, you're more in the uptrend. So I mean, like, it's right here. If we go 30 minute, it's closer. 15 minute, even closer. The other one, so I like to keep 2 on the chart. Kind of filter them in. A lot of traders like to do that. Keep 2 on the chart. with different settings. Like you can see how I have a blue one and a red one. The blue one's closer to price, the red one's farther. Because of the settings. So why that? One could be like more shallow, one could be deeper. So like you see like right here, the blue one gets touched. And it almost goes to, and then when it goes underneath the blue one, the red one's kind of like the next one. Like it's like, okay, let me find a good example where, let me go back a bit, like right here. So see here, for instance, how it goes underneath the blue, but then it comes to the red, and then the red, you know, rebounds. Damn, 30-minute not doing anything. Yeah, no, the trade this morning, some of you guys this morning were like, even in the chat, some of you guys were writing this morning, it's not looking good. Well, like, yeah, I remember this morning there were some people writing, you know, not looking good on gold. But had to move up. Like, this one's not, this one I would say is not looking as good. Like, good. This morning's trade was good. This one's not looking good. So if it comes back to entry, you can try to get any break evens or small losses. Might have to reevaluate, look for another setup, but or just it's even just accepting losses. It's not even always about trying to trigger back, make the profit back. It's just okay. Losses can happen in trading. They are a part of it. It's normal. If you've been following me since January, I've been saying that ever since January. 11 minutes still on this 30-minute. Like, so accepting losses isn't always even like recognizing like you can be wrong at times. As the market showed me, I'm fully wrong. Remember this morning? I mean, this candle still has 11 minutes. Could flip up in that time. Or above this level. Still kind of like a retest zone. Now I got them purple. Yeah, we were going there. And market dumped. Market's selling off now. So like I said, like, if it can come back, it's almost going to be at that 45, which I would say would be invalidation. Will there be another signal tonight? Maybe. I'll be on the charts. Like, I'm not going to overtrade the market, right? We haven't been overtrading the market as much. We've been taking kind of one setup a day, one analysis a day, right? Sometimes in the morning, sometimes in the night. And we've been pretty on point, right? I was able to withdraw 7,500 here this week. Just from that. So it's like, don't always got to overtrade. I can find another setup. Like, I could find another setup after this one, but it might take me an hour or two. And to be willing to take a re-entry somewhere. Like, setups like this that go invalid. Yeah, I'm gonna close gold. Hopefully this thing doesn't wake up in 9 minutes. Down $107. Now I'm at 300. Damn. Sucks to suck. Yeah, I closed gold. I'm gonna get out, take the L, accept the L, move on, look for another setup. That's trading, guys. If you want to be a trader, that's trading. Remember that. We were in profit there. Could have closed. Was up like 40 bucks at one point. Took the L. I closed. We'll see. There's still tomorrow. I don't gotta force. There's still Thursday. There's still Friday trading. Let's see what I can do with this account. If you're looking for another setup, I'm not gonna call one out right away. That's too risky, right? Because you guys might not understand maybe the scenario as much as I do. The market could still rebound and go up, but I think the next signal may come maybe like in 2 hours. Wait for it to come down, if anything. Because you might get like, well, we just got again. Similar, market could react a bit, but still go down. Like similar, I hope this doesn't, watch this wake up in 8 minutes. I'll be like, damned. Now we're still. We are still in that 45, but if anything, if I'm gonna call it another signal, I'm gonna wait for lower area. I'm gonna wait for like that 40 area on the 4 hour. Yeah, 50 didn't hold. Tried the 50. Only got like a $2 move. Tried it, didn't work. That's trading. Like, you won't learn also, guys, from not taking trades too, like attempting things. So the reason I catch a lot of trades is because I've attempted a lot of trades too. And it's like scenarios when you don't take a trade. So you got every setup you see is worth taking, because when you don't take it, the market will end up going up and you'll be like, oh man, why did I take the setup? Yeah, next thing I'll wait for, if anything, is like London. So London's like what? So we got 11 o'clock coming up. 11 p.m., 12. Maybe in like a couple hours there'll be another signal here. So right now it's looking like sells, taking control. Was wrong about the buy there at 50. It could go down to like 40, 38. Like it could go down. There's like 42, 40. Yeah, it could go down to that 38. So that's why I closed. I closed already. Could have closed earlier. So the next signal would be lower. Like it looks like it could go down to like 40. If we're looking for a buy signal, looks like it would come lower. I think where it was. FOMC today, retrace back to like FOMC move. FOMC was here, where like it pretty much like broke out. Come back to like the FOMC area where it broke out. FOMC was like here. That was the candle for FOMC, so probably come back like lower for a retest of like the FOMC move. FOMC bullish, now it's going bearish for right now. Pretty much like what happened last night. Yeah, like same time. Doing what I did yesterday. That's 15. Yeah. Even New York, like we're gonna be on tomorrow morning, New York. And if price is doing what it did similar the last couple days, so it's always good to forward think too, because you don't want to waste everything on one setup, right? Because it's like, okay, I forward think a lot. I'm thinking, okay, what if whatever price does from now until New York, but what if New York session, like the same time I usually get on, price is doing what it did today or the day before, aka what if it's already dropping? But basically before New York session every day this week, price has gone up. So far before New York session, so coming into that time, like price has gone up in a way. But usually like we were on this morning and price was selling down, and we were on Monday morning and price was selling down when we came on, and there was a buy, and there was also one Tuesday morning. So Monday morning, Tuesday morning, and today, Wednesday morning, the market did the same thing 3 days in a row. Coming into the session, like when we started, it was already dropping when we started, and we were looking for buys, and then it rebounded. So like even that could maybe happen. Right now it looks like we're getting like a retracement. So if the market retraces down and it breaks up and then pulls back, you could even look for like that type of setup. That would be something like this right here. So that would be basically, if you look down here, here's a good example. See this going down? See how it breaks up, comes down, retraces that, Boom. But even goes up, makes a high, retraces that. So even getting like up, down, that break of structure up, pullback. Don't know what time that could be at. That might even be for New York session. As this, because it looks like now it just wants to maybe correct a bit more, like before going up again. I took the L there. Right now it's testing 45. Like, this is where like scalping, like if you're scalping gold, scalping is always beautiful. That's where you can pip and dip a lot. And if you're quick enough when you're in profit, you're quick enough to close, quick enough to exit, that's where you always have room to maybe look for other entries. Like if we were quick enough there, if I closed that trade, would have had a little bit of room to enter maybe a trade sooner than wait and be a bit more patient for the next setup. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. It's gonna happen. So it's all sometimes about how you act, like speed. Like I usually hate closing trades too quick, because usually when I close a trade, when it's in profit, usually I regret it on the next candle or the next couple candles, and I'm like, oh man. So I'll wait. I'm gonna plan for tonight. I'll have to like maybe I'll post some charts around Inner Circle tonight. London stream, I don't know. I'll just probably be on the charts watching, because who knows when it'll set up. Maybe 1, 2 in the morning. I'll have to really see how this drops down. But if we look at real quick analysis one more time, this one has a gap on. Let's go here. Zone didn't hold, unfortunately. Yeah, if you're looking for another buy setup, even because we're going to be live tomorrow morning, remember that. This setup failed us. This is like one of the first times the nighttime has kind of failed us there. If anything, wait for this to drop off more. We still have, tomorrow's Thursday, we still have Thursday, Friday, so it's like we still have 2 trading days. Yeah, I'll let this just do its thing, let it go down. If anything, the plan could be like tomorrow morning. We don't gotta guess. You don't gotta guess where it's gonna be tomorrow morning. That's the easiest. Like the part that most traders complicate is like, okay, I have a strategy. Like strategy could be the same thing as today morning. If it's dropping in New York, potential buys. If it's dropping going into New York, potential buys. You don't have to guess where price is gonna be ahead of time, because it's just like, okay, if it's gonna be doing that, if I get on the chart at that time, I'll be able to just see, okay, if it's dropping, it's dropping. Don't have to kind of forward think too much. Like, it's just the planning of like the market could literally do the same thing it did the last couple days in a row in New York. So you don't have to always think too much ahead of time. Like, okay, is it going to be here and drop into New York? Is price going to go up and then come down? And you can always just literally show up at the time and just read price, watch what it's doing. Because some of you guys might have not even caught on to this fact already, like the idea of this already. Some of you might have not even really noticed this, right? The idea of, okay, it dropped, it's dropping at the same hours into the same time, right? Some of you guys might have not noticed that. I catched on to it this morning when I looked at yesterday. I'm like, okay, look at yesterday. So for New York, just planning ahead, it's like we don't have to sit here and guess, oh, maybe it's here, maybe it's there. We could just literally show up tomorrow New York and see if it's doing the same thing it did this morning or the prior mornings, the last 2 days. We could obviously mark some zones, like key zones for me would literally be, there's a few. That's the thing with gold, there's a few key areas where it could come back to. So that's why I kind of like timing, like just showing up at a time and, okay, where is price? Is it in this zone? Is it in that zone? So right now, it's like, okay, where's price? Clearly we could see it's there at this like 45. So like when you're looking at price on this chart, where is it? You could clearly see this. So it's like if you're looking at a chart from this point of view, this perspective, I know we're below 50. It's more like, can it hold this zone if you're looking at this perspective, right? If you're looking, you know, maybe further out down here. And when you're on different time frames, like I saw 50. Nope, 50 didn't hold. But there's this zone. So it depends on like also like the time frames too. Like you can see this when we're looking here. But we look a little bit lower than that, there's another zone. You can watch this area for London, because we are dropping into London now. We're dropping before London session. So does London session push price up? London session's in a couple of hours. You could keep an eye on 30, 45 area for London session. I'll probably drop a chart tonight just to, you know, try to strike back on gold for the L there. So mapping out, you got a couple of zones you could monitor tonight. Kind of like the 50. The 50 reacted, but then, you know. So you got here. I'll drop these charts in the chat real quick so you guys have them, but I'll do like a write-up soon when I get off. So you got this one. There's one. I also got lower. I could see, like if we're looking at secondary zones, it would be 40, 35 area, which is like pretty much retracing the FOMC move. So you do have two areas to keep an eye on. Potentially for tonight, I'm going to drop these charts just in the chat quick so you guys just have the charts real quick. Because it might take me like 20 minutes to write them up. So the first one's the 45, 40 area, which is where price is at right now. And then I dropped a second one in there. I dropped a second chart in there as well. Maybe I was the stop loss, you know. That's where you learn your lessons the most. It's like, okay, was that a liquidity there? Maybe I was liquidity for the market. So yeah, first zone I put in the chart, 45-40 area. We took an L there on 3050, but I just dropped two charts that you could monitor for the next couple of hours, like going into London, especially if you're going to be up. But also, I'm going to be on tomorrow and Friday, so we still have a couple more sessions for the week. We'll take it slow, though, the rest of the week. I mean, if the market... My plan tomorrow is if, like, not sells, it would be Friday sells, if anything. Maybe Friday sells. Chill, you know, we chill on sells. Maybe Friday... If it does the same thing it did the last 3 days, like if it's dropping into New York, like it did this morning, and if it did Tuesday... And if it did Monday, same plan then for New York session if we kind of have that same market going into New York. But when you look at the chart here, you have a nice point here. That could hold maybe for the night. So maybe keep an eye on that. I just put two charts in the chat real quick, like TradingView. Links in the chat real quick. When I close, they bounce back almost immediately. Yeah, literally. My life. That's life. That's life. Literally, that's my life. Or when I close it, and when I close it, I'll close. I'll be in a trade. It'll be in profit. I'll close, and it'll shoot up 50 pips immediately. I'll be in a trade profit. I'll close it. All right, it's a good amount, and then boom, I'm like, I close and it goes up. Yeah, that's literally life. Life as a trader. Trading life. Yeah, so a few zones you could watch. I just put 2 zones you could maybe monitor for London session. But a good New York plan would be, if you look at the last 3 New York sessions, go study the last 3. I've shown you guys this morning and tonight, but it's kind of midday for the market. So like for me, it's morning. It's 9, 9:30, 10 o'clock. If you look at today, so for the market, it would be midday. Right here. But that's like 9:30, 10:30, 11. So if you look at the prior day, I did the same thing around 9:30, 10. Literally dropped off into the same time buys. So if you're just thinking more ahead, that could be maybe a New York plan. If New York is still, if we're dropping off into New York, it forms buys. Happened 3 days in a row. But I put 2 charts in the chat. Probably just going to keep it like that for the night. Watch those zones maybe in the next couple of hours. Don't rush into it. Watch for London. Wait for a 30-minute rejection. Kind of like what started to happen at 3050. 30-minute or 1 hour rejection I would wait for. Kind of like what started to happen at 3050. And if you remember this morning session, kind of like what was happening this morning. You can watch those zones and wait for like a 30-minute and a 1 hour rejection in those areas. Similar to what just happened at, like that type of candle that's acting bullish, rejecting a bit bullish at those prices. Oh yeah, the sirens. I keep my window open all the time. Yeah, trading life. That's literally trading. Yeah, it seems like so, there's weeks where it will, you can catch on maybe, okay, what did 2 days in a row, and then the third day might do the exact same thing. It's like a schedule, a routine, the market. Humans operate and move the markets, so like humans have nature and routines to them. Like all of us have routines that we do every day, every week, and stuff like that. So there could be even like timely routines where the market literally does the same thing it did the day before, where it's like literally prices doing what it did days apart from each other. Here right now, like what time is it right now? 21. Formed a high there. Formed a low into a high, low. So now we form a high, go into a low. We might come back. I think in London session it can rebound since it's dropping into London. It's kind of like this, maybe the same idea of how we drop into New York. I think there'll be a rebound in London session in a couple of hours, like 2 hours. What is it, 11 to 12, 1, maybe like 2-3 hours. I think there'll be a rebound. In one of those zones, I would keep an eye on one of those zones. Like right now, we're coming intact with the moving averages as well. I think even on the 1 hour. Not yet on the 1 hour, but close. That would be like at the bottom of the zone if it comes into the 1 hour moving average. 30-minute is touching moving averages. 15-minute below. It's a 5-minute doing. It's 5 minutes still on top, so if this can edge down more. Yeah, I could see this like rebounding, having a support come in because it's been dropping since like the Sydney Tokyo, taking out the lows, maybe finding some liquidity to have that rebound up. $50 didn't hold. Wait, what's the 4 hour doing? 1 hour and 48 minutes left on the 4 hour. Imagine if it closes bullish in the 4 hour somehow here. There is this, like, yeah, this is what, yeah, same area, like 45, 40. That would be, that would be dreadful. I'd be like, oh my gosh. So I'm still seeing buys. Like, I think the dynamic of the market's still holding, like, you know, buys on that retest zone, like the 1 hour here. 1 hour rejection, 30-minute rejection. Keep an eye for those in the zone. And I still think it's a good setup. Watch her go back up. Like, we're still bullish. We're still in an uptrend. Remember that. So we really want to be just looking for buys. Ooh, it's accumulating again. Yeah, keep an eye on this 1 hour for like the next 46 minutes. If it comes in the zone and closes bullish in there, it'd be good to watch. I still think there's one more buy setup for gold. I still think we could find. Still think we find another another entry. It wasn't 50. Could have been 45. Could have been 45 there. Son of a gun. If this 1 hour closes bullish, then potentially upside, right? It might have just reacted enough there. If this 1 hour closes bullish, then keep an eye on that. That's still like 46 minutes. Yeah. How was the liquidity? Still could recover it. Still could recover it. Market could still go up. That's I was liquidity, and now it's gonna watch the 4 hour close above 23 or 3,050. Watch the 4 hour end up being bullish above 3,050. Yeah. Little bugger. There she goes. Yeah, could have re-entered. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Oh well. I'll find an entry tonight. I'll wait for pullbacks if anything. I'll find another entry. I'll find one more. This 1 hour just completely flipped bullish. Yeah. 30-minute. Another 30-minute bullish. Could do what we were wanting at 50 now. What we wanted at that 50, you know, this is maybe leading up more to the confirmation. I'd keep an eye on it. I still think, because it's Wednesday night, we still have Thursday going into Friday trading, and usually it's been like Friday sell, so gold could still go up by tomorrow or by Friday. That little bugger got me there. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I could have took a re-entry like, or a recovery setup. That's what I call them. I call them like recovery setups. Re-entries, recovery setup. I like to say like a recovery setup, if anything. With gold, you guys are learning how I experience gold sometimes. Like maybe like sometimes I'm not as aggressive as I am as alone when I am on streams, but that can be an instance of recovery where like you're the liquidity literally, and the move happens right after. That's why if you ever like close like that was an example of maybe I don't want to say closing trade too early, but again like getting a confirmation, entering it, closing, and then there's a setup. Then there's a setup right afterwards. That can happen. Or there's another entry right afterwards, literally right after. That can happen. I know someone in the chat said every time usually when I close, price spikes up immediately, or it goes back to my entry immediately, something like that. That's normal with something like this too. That's really volatile. I've taken a lot of trades so I call them recovery entries. If I'm early or if I'm wrong, usually it's like okay. I've noticed from my experience, I get into situations like that a lot. Wait for 1 hour close. Watch tonight. Watch London. I think we can still find more buys on gold. Price still looks bullish. I did say I think we were going to go to 3,050 beginning of the week. Now it's like we're closer to 3,100 maybe the next quarter. 30.75, 30.70s. Hey, that's the next target if you're looking for a swing up. I would say at least 60 if you're looking for a target up on gold, like a trade to target up, $3,060. If you're looking for a swing from one of those areas that I sent 2 charts in the chat. Swing would be like going for the next quarter, which is like 75. But I would say like at least like where I would try to target if I get a good entry or a trade, I think like a good hold, I would say 3,060. I was fucking liquidity tonight. Breaks monitor. Oh, 1 second. Just right now. Damn gold. Yeah, wait for some closures. Wait for some closures. Wait for a 1 hour, 30-minute in the zones. 1 hour is even better. Wait for a closure. London session. Still like 2 hours away. I'll probably wrap it up for the night. I'll keep you guys updated in Discord. I sent the 2 charts. I want to do a little write-up on it. So 3,040, 3,045 area for London, or the second zone was with 35. Watching that 35 area if it goes there. Broke my monitor. It's broken. It's done. Kidding. If I catch that swing to 60, then it'll be fine. But yeah, remember planning ahead. New York might be. Remember, we're gonna wrap it up for the night. Remember, New York might be. Yeah, if I find some good entries on it, like my target, if I can get a good entry, I'm gonna target 3,060, a new high. So if I can get like an entry in here or a good close, if it closes good, maybe I'll enter here, target up, stop loss here, first trade or enter in the zone. Trying to target that 3,060 though. I think that'll be a good target if I can get a good entry. It's coming down, kind of like what night was it? There could be even a pullback in like we're getting like the other night it dipped down and then London went up. Like this is already kind of pulling down before London. Yeah, we'll be on in the morning. What time? Like same time we're on this morning, like 7:30, 8 in the morning. A little bit before New York session, maybe even like 8:30. New York session. I would watch this 1 hour. I mean, there's 35 minutes left, still a lot of time, so keep an eye on it. Gives you a bullish close. Could be the confirmation we were looking for before, around like 3,050. I like this as a target. $3,060. Unless you're trying to swing gold to 3,100. It might take some time to get there, but maybe next week. Maybe next week it's $3,100 swings. If price even pulls back, like wicks down, like I'm gonna watch this area on gold for a move up, and then I put a second chart, second area. Let's keep an eye on it. London session. See what happens. See what happens tonight. Morning, I'll be on. New York, we'll be back on. Yeah, this 1 hour is flipping, so might get a bullish close in next hour. Like I think again, like I said, I think we've been looking for buys for a reason, but looking for buys for a reason. Fumbled the bag. Could have just held those buys and just attacked it. But yeah, we'll be on in the morning. I'm gonna keep an eye on this chart. I'm probably gonna watch it for like 2 hours, see what happens. Just chill out. For tomorrow, same time we were on this morning, same time I was on Monday. I was on like 8 o'clock in the morning, New York session. I like to go live for the New York Open. So it's just sessions. Like if you notice when I go live, I'm going live when sessions open, when sessions are opening, when Tokyo sessions opening or when New York sessions opening. It's the same. It's around the same hours I'm going live. If I'm going live, it's either around the New York Open, like a little bit before New York Open, and same thing with like Tokyo hours. These hours, and London hours. If I was to go live, another good time to go live would be in like an hour, or literally like an hour, 90 minutes, like 1 a.m. Right now it's 11:30. 1 a.m. would be another good time to go live. I think we go upside still. I still think I still think there's upside potential. W says someone had W. Some people, you might have different entries. Maybe you pip and dipped it. L session for me. Dun dun dun. Keep an eye on it tonight. I'll be back in the morning. If I see like a really good entry, I'll talk about it in Discord. We'll be back. Peace, 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 peace.